Uh, Good evening. This is Daily Recall, July 8th, 2026. I'm Tom Stoukas coming to you from Sarnia, Ontario. It's what? Wednesday. Wednesday. What's going on today? Not a lot. Same shit, different day. Let's look. Some crazy stuff, but not really anymore. It's kind of normal now. Let's see the first item. Ukraine. We're sending another 900 million to Ukraine. So another cool billion and more forever. Forever, we're going to be sending Ukraine money forever. And it's not just a liberal position. The conservatives are fully on board with this too. Let's see what it says here. They're at a NATO meeting in Turkey. Zelensky's there. So this war, I guess, is still going on in Ukraine. They want us to fight Russia full on. So that's why they're trying to recruit people into the armed forces. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, more money to Ukraine. So we've given them almost like 30 billion Canadian. For what? I don't know what. How much of it's stolen? How much has been blown up? How much has been stolen? How much has been laundered? I don't know. But yeah, both parties are for it. They want to be at war with Russia. I don't know. I don't want to be at war with Russia. All right. So yeah, I think 900 million. Why not? It's going on for years, that war now. Like years. Next. Canada needs Indians to survive. Post is from a suspended account. Okay. It was a good video I wanted to watch. It's basically saying if you kick out all the Indians in Canada, we're going to lose tens of billions of dollars because they contribute to the economy. And like I said, we'll be fine. But yeah, they were saying, oh, you'll lose like $100 billion. I said, that's acceptable. All right, next. This guy, the Regina Mosque. So basically what happened with the Regina Mosque is they got the bylaw, they got everything in order, the police, and they were going to do the call to prayer and on the speaker through downtown Regina. And then they kept getting threats and complaints and people bitching about it, like a lot of people. So now they said we're not going to do it until we see what's going on. I mean, like, pretty obvious what's going on. We don't want Canada to be turned into a Muslim country. If you blare the call to prayer in all the cities of Canada, that means you're basically a Muslim country. So they still want to do it. I don't think they're going to. It's going to be like the guy, they don't care. Let's see what he says.
We also would respect the secular Muslims.
This is in Saskatchewan, of all places.
Respect the non-Muslims.
Hold on.
We are not here like to dominate anything, right, or any public. We are here to follow our religion. So there are other religion also, right? And we have a religion of freedom in Canada. I have received phone calls. I have also received emails that is saying that speaker on the rooftop that they are coming and they are taking it out. We need more dialogue to understand what exactly are the problems that can happen in the future, because the social media and negative comments we have received, few of them are actually threats and also are not very positive. As a Muslim, we don't feel comfortable. So based on that, we thought that it's not wise to continue until we know what exactly are we doing. That is what also we are assessing from the local, the community, to understand what are they thinking about the volume of the sound. If it is required to reduce the volume, obviously, because we are here
to
working
zero.
together, helping each other. So if we don't want, obviously, to bother anybody, so we will assess that to determine the volume of the sound, how far that would be appropriate from this point. If we see that for the greater community, this is not bringing a positive impact for the Muslim community, then we would also prefer not to continue this, because we also would respect the greater Muslim community, as well as we also respect the non-Muslims.
All right, so doesn't sound like it's going to happen. At first they were saying, okay, when they said they're not going to do it, they said we want to still do it, but we're going to hold off for now. Now it sounds like they're not going to do it. So, but yeah, we don't need to be a Muslim country. There's a lot of Muslim countries. They can be Muslim in those countries. Like, nothing personal. All right. So yeah, it's a good thing that happened too, because if they would have done that, if there would have been no pushback in Regina, that's where the pushback would have been. Like, we can bitch about it on the internet, but unless people in Regina actually complain, then anyway, if there wasn't that pushback, then you'd see this call to prayer and they'd be falling all over each other in other cities to get it done there. So it's kind of good that the Regina people stood up to it. But what the hell, Regina? Here's another Saskatchewan. Pleasant Hill Park, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. What the hell? How are these guys doing in Saskatchewan? Of all places. It's a nice place, don't get me wrong, but so apparently, a frustrated mother chases away a group of foreign men who were taking pictures of kids playing at a park splash pad. I've had this experience. I had to chase away two Indian dudes at the park, because they had their phones, stupid phones out. They all have their phones out. Like, everything, they always have their phones out. And now I'm, suspicious of them. Why the fuck do you have your phone out? Anyway, the frustrated mother chased away a group of four. So I know exactly what she's going through. It's got to a point you got to say something, because if you just sit there and you have two choices. You could sit there and be polite and have these pervs hanging out, or you could leave. Or I guess you got three choices. You could leave and then you don't get to enjoy anything, or you can confront them. So I guess there's three choices. How you confront them, that's a different story. I don't think it'll be a civil going forward if it keeps happening. I mean, we're in the summer months. People are at parks. They're at the beach. They're at the water splash pad. So lots of time for lots of places for shenanigans. It's going to be a weird summer of this. I think these videos. I've seen a bunch at the beach. The guy jerking off at the beach. Seen the guy at the beach taking pictures, and the guy at the park taking pictures. Oh my God, you can't go anywhere. Canadian parents can't go anywhere. Let's see.
I don't even know if they deleted the pictures off of.
Look at this
These
guy.
two men came to Pleasant Hill Park and they started recording my children and showing them on video time without permission. I asked them to stop and they didn't stop. What is your name, sir? What is your name? Do you guys do this often? Do you guys do this often? No, but do
She
you do
really
this
chased him out of
often?
there. Got the
what's
flip
your
flops.
name? So I can report this. What is your name?
We are
I will follow
newcomer.
you guys where you guys came from. What is your name? What is your name? These guys started recording my children at the park while they were playing at the water park. My son has no shirt on. These guys started recording my children at the water park.
Whoa, this is a long video.
And my
Actually.
son didn't have
Let's
a
keep
shirt
watching
on.
this. I've had this
told them
happen,
to
so I know
stop and they
exactly what's
didn't.
going on.
And they will not give me their names now.
She's
Is that
brave. They could
appropriate
have stabbed
for
her.
them to do?
What the hell are these guys doing in Saskatchewan? I want to know. How the hell did you end up in
They're saying that they're
Saskatchewan?
newcomers and sorry. What's
Things
your
are getting-
guys' names?
People are
I
gonna
want
get
to
fed up with
report
this.
you guys. What's your names?
Can't even
Why
take
are
your
you guys
kids.
recording my children at the park, at the water park? My children had no shirt on, and you're recording him. What's your name?
How the hell
I
these
wanna
guys end up in
report this to the
Saskatchewan?
authorities.
Seriously, have you been to Saskatchewan?
No.
It's like as far
Apologies. Are you guys
from
gonna
the
go
Middle
do
East
this
as
to
you can
other
get.
Children? Are you guys gonna do this to other children? I'm worried. Why are you guys coming to our country doing this? Why are you coming to our country doing this? This is inappropriate. You do not do that. You do not.
And you know they're
come to our
guilty because look at
country
them.
And record
can't-
someone else's children
They look
at the
just
park.
doing the walk of
playing in
shame.
the water park. I want to know their name. I want to know their name. I don't even know if they deleted the pictures off of their phones of my children.
See, now they're getting the stabbing mood. If she keeps following them, they're gonna stab her. Uh-oh. I didn't see this guy. This is a native guy. Oh, this guy's taking off.
I want to know your name.
These videos are good
And where
because
you're- where you're
it'll discourage.
from.
It could
What's your
discourage, I mean,
address?
or at least make other parents aware. Because, like, I never.
Call the police then. Call the police.
Someone
then.
told me once
I want the police. to
this
reach out.
happened to a friend of theirs at their park, and there was guys taking pictures. And once they told me, it kind of stuck in my mind because I go to the park. I take my kids, and then I noticed it. So you don't really notice it until someone tells you about it, and then you kind of look out for it. So yeah, look out for it because we didn't used to live in a country where you had to worry about that, but now we do. Creeps are sitting here taking pictures of kids. I'm about to go off on these creeps. Saying they have kids here playing. I don't see one East Indian kid here. First, I think they look like Muslim kids, but are these guys Indians maybe? Yeah, these guys look Indian. Like, what are these guys doing in a park? Seriously, playground right there. I don't see any kids. I don't see any little retarded Indian kids. All right. That's in Saskatchewan. They got the mosque. They got Muslims. They got Indians. They got everything. All right. Good job, Scott Moe. You're a true conservative. I don't know what's going on with my lights. Everything's. I got my pirate cable box is gone. I blame the CIA. My lights going on me. A few years ago, I liked to ride a bike in the summer. Let's see what this guy's saying. Sometimes I needed to stop and rest. You know where I never stopped to rest? In a kids' park with the moms and their kids playing in the park. Why? Because I never wanted the moms to be uncomfortable with me there. Yeah, like, before I had kids, I never went to a park, ever. I never went near a playground before I had kids. Because it's like, why would I do that? Like, there's no reason. Now I have kids. I'm at every playground in the city. I rate them all. Like, I could rate a review. But before I had kids, and when I don't have my kids, I don't go to the playground. like that's the last place I go. So I've been on both sides of the divide of having kids and not having kids. And yeah, the only reason you should be at a playground is if you're with your kids. It's not that free of a country where you should be able to say, hey, I can go to sit in a playground and perv out. Because they think it is. They think, oh, I'm in Canada now, I can do this. Okay, speaking of, oh my gosh, we got this in BC, which could have easily happened in Ontario. So there was reports of a machete attack. This is 3 days ago, but still. 25 friends gathered at Beacon Hill Park in Victoria Beach around 9 p.m. on July 3rd for a relaxed evening, and were attacked by a group of around 10 people with machete. 2 hospitalized. So yeah. And this happens in UK, in Australia, like the third world weapon of choice that other than a gun is like a non-firearm is a machete. Even in Rwanda, when they did the genocide in Rwanda, they used machetes most of the time. That's why in Rwanda you have people there with like missing arms. Their arms got hacked off. Anyway, now we got in Canada people with machetes and using them for stupid reasons, like not defending themselves. But Mark Carney continues to brainwash Canadians by telling them our values align with the families who taught their young boys to carry around machetes and hunt for innocent white girls enjoying sunsets. So apparently they approached some girls and told them to come with them, and they had the machetes or whatever. So here's the news report.
People have now been charged in the assault that drew a large police back over the weekend near Beacon Hill Park. And police say 2 people have now been charged in the assault that drew a large police presence. Victoria police were called to Dallas Road late Friday night, where it said 3 people sustained non-life-threatening injuries, 2 of which were taken to hospital. A witness who asked to stay anonymous says her group was listening to music and watching the sunset when a group of 10 to 15 men began to linger nearby. A few moments later, they were approached by several of the males, and that's when she says she noticed a knife and the attack began.
But when the weapon was pulled, only 2 of their group had stayed and actually began to start the attack, and the other members of the group seemed to have not wanted anything to do with that and had left. Seemed like a lot of anger out of nowhere. It almost felt like they were wanting, like they had the machete because they wanted to do something, whether it was to my group or anyone who they could have. It just felt like a lot of anger from really nowhere.
Police say 20-year-old Hussein Sadanine is facing several criminal charges, including aggravated assault and 2 counts of assault with a weapon.
So yeah, that's a big story. Hopefully that's not a regular occurrence, but like in Australia, like because they have a lot of Africans, like machete gangs, and in England, UK, I mean. So maybe it's going to be a thing in Canada. You got to carry your machete around like medieval times. Have a knife sword with you in case anybody attacks you. Shouldn't happen. So hopefully it's just an isolated incident. Here's more park stories. I go to parks a lot, so I'm always interested in park-related stories. Chestermere RCMP investigate indecent acts in parks. I don't know where Chestermere is. Is it Alberta? All right. Where the hell's Chestermere? Chestermere RCMP. Look at this dude. Searching for a suspected of engaging in indecent acts in 2 different parks on 2 different occasions. Let's get a close-up of this guy. Yeah. That guy should not be in a park or a beach or anywhere. A trampoline park, splash pad, water park. Searching for a suspect accused of engaging in indecent acts in 2 different parks on 2 different occasions. What was the indecent act? The suspect was first spotted near the Steve King Memorial Dog Park on June 3rd, and then at Anniversary Park on June 19th. No one was injured or assaulted during the incidents. RSMP haven't released details about the incidents. So, what indecent act? Was he jerking off in front of people? I don't know. He was doing something enough. Probably, who knows? What do you go to a park? What are you doing at a park, man? I wish they would have been more specific. Not that I want to know, but I kind of want to know, like, so I know what to look out for, but... Okay. So, yeah. We got, like, the park file. Indecent acts at the park in Canada. All right, next. This is funny. The cops look a little pissed off here. So basically, the Indians drive around these cars and they modify them and they do car meetups and they do donuts in the parking lot. You see the skid marks there, and some of them actually kill themselves or kill someone else with their dumb driving. And the cops are breaking this up, and the Indian guys are just standing around like, "Oh, we didn't do it. What do we do?" But the cops look like they're getting their share of Indian fatigue.
What happened?
And then this guy taking the video is like trying to be as annoying as possible.
What happened, officer?
Brother, don't play games right now.
What happened?
We have so many units coming here because these...
Yeah. I saw too.
Yeah, who's it?
I don't know.
Okay, where's the car?
No comments.
Okay, then...
Yeah.
I have to find out.
They got Indian fatigue, the cops. And the Indians get mouthy with the cops. It's hilarious.
Yeah, you need to leave us all while we do our investigation.
Yeah, I'm giving you enough space right here.
Look at them just standing around.
There's more.
We should just bring the
Did you found anything,
deport
guys?
wagon
Not yet.
to that parking lot.
Why are you even talking? Go back to your phone.
Oh, he's an Indian
I
cop,
walk.
a traitor
I don't have a
cop.
car. Why?
Look at the skid marks on the parking lot.
Everybody's gonna get a ticket. We got our traffic enforcement coming right now. Once they get here, everybody's gonna get tickets. So it's better that you leave, take your modified cars and everything, or you're getting pulled over. Right? We got more units coming. You guys want trouble? Go ahead, stay here all you want. Other than that, you can get out of here, or you're getting pulled over. Simple as that.
All right. So there you go.
What
That's
happened?
this is the crowd we're letting into Canada. Very useful crowd. Either they'll kill you with their cars, their modified cars, or their transport trucks, or they'll perv on your kids at the park. Which one? Look at this. I saw this story today. 2 PEI paramedics, patient dead after ambulance collides with a transport truck in New Brunswick. Look at this road. There's no snow. There's no rain. It's dry. I'm not saying accidents don't happen, but it doesn't say in the article what happened. It just said that people in the ambulance died, the transport truck driver didn't. And they don't release the name of the transport truck driver. Could have been a white dude. Easily. But I have a feeling it wasn't. Because Like, why would you? There's no adverse weather conditions. You know, if you're an experienced properly trained truck driver, like, you shouldn't be getting in these kinds of accidents. Driver of a transport truck was taken to hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. So it doesn't say anything about the truck driver. So let's look at the comments. Who's driving the truck? A man from Brampton. So a lot of people are suspicious of another flip-flop accident. So it'll be interesting to see if anything. But, you know, we hear about all these accidents with transport trucks where people get killed and then nothing comes of it. So it's weird. Okay. I read this today. Ahmed Mashkour killed his 4-month-old daughter Leah by blunt force head trauma just days after Children Aid visited their Ottawa home twice over bruising concerns. He pleaded guilty to manslaughter, got 10 years. CAS had cleared the home despite red flags. Yes. CAS is across Canada. They're all corrupt, woke, commie organizations. They have the stupid trans flag there. They DAI hires. They're not protecting no children. Look at this kid shouldn't have been near this guy, obviously. But plus, that's who we're importing here. That's the way they do things over there. They kill their kids. CAS though, obviously, it's you hear all sorts of stories about CAS not doing what they're supposed to be doing, but they continue. Here's another story about, this is a big story in Ontario, just like the ambulance driver that got killed and the ambulance crew by the transport truck driver here in Ontario. A Durham Regional Police recruit was killed and another injured in a crash near the Ontario Police College involving a transport truck. Same thing. A transport truck driver taken to hospital. He survives. So one person dead, one taken to hospital with critical injuries. The driver of the tractor trailer uninjured. So we don't know what happened there. This is just within the space of 2 days. One in in the East Coast and one in here in Ontario. Both involving transport trucks. So it could be just coincidence, an accident, or it could be shitty Indian drivers, but they don't name them, so we don't know. Obviously, if they don't charge them, but you never hear about charges. It's weird. All right. Now we got another one. 3 Indian men in Ontario were caught filming little girls on their phones, and they had the audacity to say, "And what?" when confronted. So this looks like it's at the mall. You can't even go to the mall. Literally. So you can't go to the park, you can't go to the splash pad, you can't go to the beach without being worried about these guys and their stupid phones out all the time. Or now it's the mall too.
You fucking pervert. Yeah, record me. You're a fucking pervert. You're a fucking pervert too, and you're a motherfucking pervert. You gotta get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, homie. You fucking pervert. You fucking pervert. You're a fucking pervert too, motherfucker. Get the fuck up out of here.
I know this mall.
You have no video, huh? Alright. These 3 motherfuckers.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah,
Anyway.
record me. You're a fucking pervert. You're a fucking pervert too.
So obviously they don't look like they're denying it too much, but if you notice, like they got their phones out like this, and they pretend like they're looking at their phone, but they have their fucking camera going. I don't know what it is. So now you can't go to the mall now. All right. This is crazy. No, this is not good. It's like, you know, I was saying how the cities and the province are hiring more Indians and more people from who weren't born here. They're hiring them into like the civil service, into the court systems, into, you know, where you have access to all sorts of sensitive information, police. And in Ottawa, they had a thing where police were looking up the addresses of attractive girls, and the police chief had to come out and apologize for that. And then you have other ones where in the border, the agencies, there's been corruption there, and now and the immigration department, because, you know, they hire all these foreign people who come from corrupt countries. And here we have a 25-year-old Calgary probation officer. So now they're hiring foreign. I was telling you, they hired a CAS Indian lady at the CAS. Like, anyway, a 25-year-old Calgary probation officer has been charged after allegedly accessing confidential information outside the scope of her work. So she was probably looking up some guy's rap sheet for some gang of friends of hers. Who knows? Navjot Dhillon, which is an Indian name, of course, faces 1 count each of breach of trust and unauthorized use of computer following a Calgary police investigation. Because they can track that. They can tell if you're not supposed to be. She's scheduled to appear in court on August 19th. So that's what happens when you're letting them all into your army, to your police, your civil service. It's just going to be a disaster. How many more cases of this are we going to see? Next. This is the last thing today, but it's got the Sarnia connection. This is a weird story. Canada Border Services Agency said the investigation began in February 2025 after Lambton College submitted a tip. So, international students targeted in fraud scheme. So we have tons of international students here in Sarnia. They go to Lambton College. They're not really international students. They're immigrants that never want to go back to India. So let's read this. 12 criminal charges have been laid in an immigration scheme that defrauded international students out of an estimated $126,000. Alleged 2 people took money from international students claiming it would be used to pay their tuition fees. The victims were provided with fraudulent enrollment documents. That's horrible. On July, they show up at school and they're like, "Who are you?" On July, CBSA confirmed to Sarnia USA that 4 victims were defrauded in this case and no other post-secondary schools were involved. 2 suspects from Cambridge and London were charged with 4 counts of fraud. One of them's an Indian who fled the country. It didn't say their names here, but anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. Who? It's horrible. Scamming country we live in, I guess. We live in a scamming country. Everything's a scam. Okay. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow, July 9th. See what's going on. See if there's any more fucking the park. Can't even go to the damn park. All right. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Until then, have a nice night.